News 3 Investigates found when you fill up at local gas pumps, you're not always getting what you paid for.
The Night Team's Theo Keith is on your side with which pumps are failing, who's protecting us, and what you can do to police the pumps yourself.
$3.50 plus per gallon is painful enough.
It's really high. That's way too much.
Can only assume. Agreed.
Really can't understand. It's horrible.
About the only thing worse is getting shorted on gas. But for thousands of local consumers, that's exactly what's happened.
We test every grade of fuel on every pump that's available.
Jared Williams is one of 14 state inspectors charged with making sure you get what you paid for.
Put 5 gallons of fuel in here.
Together, the team checked 30,000 grades of fuel last year. At the BP in Wanakee, Williams carts along his 5-gallon proving device with a level to tell him whether 5 gallons is actually 5 gallons. This one's a little off, but well within what's allowed.
A drop? It's not much. I mean, it's very little.
In the end, all of the pumps at the BP pass.
On average, gas pumps are around 98% accurate.
The goal of the inspectors is to make sure the amount of gas you get at this pump is the same at this pump. And believe it or not, most stations are actually pretty accurate, but when they're wrong, it can be way off.
At this station in Monona, one pump was off by 5 cents a gallon. It got shut down. This pump in Sun Prairie was shorting customers by 29 cents. It was guilty of meter creep. That's when the dollars keep adding up even after you shut off the pump. The state shut it down too, although it looked fixed when we were there. The manager denied there was ever a problem.
Well, there were two issues last year here with gas pumps that were creeping when customers had stopped pumping.
Then we were told to leave.
I'm just wondering whether the fix has been made on those pumps.
On the phone, a company rep told us it had. In all, about 50 pumps in our viewing area have failed inspections in the past year and a half. Many simply mechanical errors. Stations in Madison appear to be doing better. None have been shut down this year. The errors aren't always shorting the consumer, though. In fact, one pump at this BP in Beloit was giving away 52 cents extra per gallon. Its manager says they too fixed the problem, but you can see why the inspections are so important.
I take it really seriously because I'm a consumer too and have to fill up my tank.
Cindy Lease is one of 3 City of Madison inspectors. Bigger cities do their own tests, and Lease gets to every pump every year.
There's no missing any or skipping any. We have to get them all done. So much to do that you just never run out of work. It's nonstop.
But there are just 14 inspectors outstate, including all of Madison's suburbs, Janesville and Beloit. Jared Williams has all of Dane and Iowa counties except Madison. He's required to test pumps every year in cities with more than 5,000 people, but in rural areas, not as often.
So I try to get out to as many pumps as I can in a year's time.
The State Department of Ag, Trade, and Consumer Protection has asked for triple the number of inspectors doing quantity checks. Right now, a separate agency does quality inspections, so the same gas stations get checked twice every year. That's inefficient, and the new proposal would train everyone on one complete inspection, tripling the size of the team, allowing them to check more pumps. Governor Walker's spokesman says the request is under review. While your station may not be getting checked every year, there is one situation when you can and should be on the lookout.
Since I've been doing this job, I've told all my family and friends, always make sure the pump starts on 0 right here.
And inspectors say they check out consumer complaints, like if you see the meter jumping, as Jared Williams described, within 2 weeks. If you think your gas station is shortchanging you, you can file a complaint by calling the number on your screen, 1-800-422-7128.
So how can I find out if the gas station that I like to go to frequently has failed or passed that test?
Well, Sarah, we put together a database, a searchable one. All you have to do is go to channel3000.com and click on this stories page. You can search the spreadsheet by station, by zip code, or by city. And remember, there are just as many stations, if not more, that give you more gas than what you paid for, rather than not enough.
I have a feeling that will be popular.
Yeah.
All right, thanks so much, Theo.
You
Great
bet.
job.